Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Conversations with Anasa. So let's start with meditation. Take your attention inside. Can everybody hear okay? Volume all right? Good, good. Take your attention inside, down below your belly button. And breathe into that place, inviting all your attention to gather like there's a funnel between your ears leading down to the space below your belly button. And you just breathe all your attention down to that space. And feel for the quiet. Breathe into that space and gradually allow your awareness of it to expand. At the same time, you can begin pulling down white light from the heavens through your physical body and out into the earth. And it's a good time to say, everything that's not mine, please leave. This is a way of dedicating your meditation to the highest and cleansing yourself so that you're able to receive, making space. So you can set the intention to keep that white light going. It may be helpful to sit up as straight as you can and pull your shoulders back a little bit so you open your chest. If your attention has wandered, pull it back to the energy center below our belly button. And today, since it's Mother's Day, let's take our attention next to the heart. And here we can envision, since none of us had perfect mothers, we can envision the Divine Mother that we wish to invoke within us to be mother to ourselves and every life that touches ours. There is no limitation that we need put on the imagination of the Divine Mother to us. And we can use this image of Divine Mother as the healing that we have been waiting for from some other. And if we allow ourselves, we will naturally design the perfect mother to heal us out of our delusion of disconnection. Allow yourself to receive the white light and be cleansed by it. And to embrace and be embraced by the Divine Mother. And as we do this practice, allow every cell in your body to become like a sponge, completely allowing this love to enter and heal everything that it touches. And since we don't really know what healing means in a big way, we can assume that that healing has our highest best as its intention, as love does. And we can release ourselves into that. We're going to take it one step further and ask each of you to imagine that your mother is embodying that divine white light. And in communion with you, regardless of how long it's been since they passed or whether they are here. You are wishing them well with pure love and respect. And offering pure love. As you are becoming that yourself. This is how we heal past, present, and future. Love knows no boundaries. When you're ready, you can add your grandmother. And visualize your entire lineage filled with light, pure white light. Love heals all. Our intentions have power. And now we ask that this process of white light throughout our lineage continue. As long as is needed to heal the lineage. And holding our attention inside, we gently open our eyes. Knowing that that process will continue to completion. How may we serve this morning? We're so delighted to be here with you. We welcome your questions.
I see you've unmuted. You can speak. When you're ready.
I've been given the opportunity to become part of a lineage that I was drawn to, but never thought I could emotionally or spiritually or ancestrally accept it. And I'm not scared, I'm just trying to trust.
Is there a question in there?
I don't even know what the question should be.
Well,
It's,
we would encourage you to take the shoulds out of it, because that removes it from your responsibility. Because when you embrace a lineage, you embrace it wholeheartedly. And consciously. Consciously means you look at the other people, not just the top person, and you see if you want to be like that. And you look carefully and see if the people are becoming more and more free or more and more tangled.
I know the question now. When you see that some teachers in the lineage don't align with your spirit, but the opportunity comes back through from a whole different teacher that you never even expected. Same lineage that you were drawn to, though. Is that a good sign?
We don't exactly understand the question.
I was once with a teacher, and his teachers drove me more than he did. And his teachers have come back round to me. And I have an option to be part of their lineage now. And part of my desire is to help other religious, spiritual refugees have a place to belong, to grow again in that same spirit, but with a more loving, motherly energy.
So the way you approach this decision is you look for the field of love. And the thing about spirituality is it's simple. And what we're sensing is some complication. We don't know where the complication is because we don't have enough information. But it just feels a little bit complicated in the way you're asking the question.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say maybe the complication means that you haven't quite felt through it totally. So we'll say it like that. When you commit yourself to something, and this is true for all of us, when we make a commitment, it's a commitment to love itself. And that allows all kinds of, any path can be the best path. And any path can be the worst path. But the real thing is the love. And so we follow that. That's how we'll answer the question. Follow the love. And the clarity will come. And if there's any question there, then you just wait. You wait for the clarity of the love. And see, this is a difficult subject, meeting a new teacher, because teachers are teachers often because they have a lot of charisma. And so that charisma is by its very nature attractive. And there is a sense of falling in love with people who have a lot of charisma. And that can feel like love itself. Since we don't, we're just going to leave it at that. Follow the love. Always follow the love in yourself. And it will tell you, welcome, not welcome, welcome, not welcome. Oh, look at that flow. Wow. Okay, is it sustainable? Wow. Do I feel a sustainable flow that is encouraged to grow in this space? Because the idea of providing something for others comes later. So if it were about astrology, because of the timing, I would say, we would say, don't sign anything. Wait, because of the timing. Because the timing of the astrology right now is that the planet that provides the most wisdom is seriously disrupted. And that will be for a time. So it's not, astrologically speaking, a good time to make a big change. And nothing is lost by waiting. There is no time limit on this kind of decision. Which doesn't mean we're saying don't do it. We're saying wait. And that's true of everything, every decision, every commitment that we make. As we age, these commitments become more and more serious because our time on this earth isn't forever. And we would give the same answer if you were asking about getting married in this moment, or starting a new business, or anything like that. We would say, in this moment, because of the astrology, just wait a little bit for the dust to clear. Because there's just been an eclipse, and so everything's a little bit unsteady. So, and follow the love. Always follow the love. And, love is such a difficult word because it means so many things to so many people that it almost has lost its meaning. So we would say, follow the feeling in you that knows, that really knows. And you can take that feeling from, knowing a little bit about your history. You can take that feeling from when you first felt dissatisfied as a young person growing up with what you'd been handed to, what that feeling felt like. Because that feeling was the spark of your own divinity creating your discomfort. And so that's where you know that the truth comes from in you. And so that's your own divinity. And that is what you want to cultivate in every setting. And so you feel into alignment with that. And you seek the nurturing of that. Because that's the truth in you. Seeking to merge with ultimate truth. So you know what that feels like. That's love. Does that make sense to you? So that's how we know love in ourselves, by what has guided us to change our lives for the better. And so we give that a chance to speak to us. And that's meditation. And through that speaking, we attract opportunities. And we'll say from experience, just because we attract an opportunity doesn't mean that it's the opportunity. Doesn't mean that it's not either. We're not going to make a decision or encourage. We don't want you to read an encouragement of any decision, positive or negative, from us. We are encouraging you to connect with your deepest self and decide from the power of what you have experienced in yourself that has guided you the most toward the highest, to cultivate that as your place of decision making. That will not be blinded by a temporary charisma or anything that doesn't serve our highest. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome very much. We're so happy to participate with you in this moment. And we're delighted that you are attracting opportunity. May we serve further?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I can't figure out how to get my camera to work.
It's working.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay, good. Uh,
We can
I,
see you.
a friend of mine died earlier this week, and I have been unable to access any kind of emotion or feeling about this. I considered her a good friend. I loved her, but I just am still feeling numb after almost a week. I'm a little concerned because usually I'm pretty emotional. I'm asking for your help.
Well, you know, when a friend dies, and of course we know the same friend, when a friend dies, we expect to feel grief. But when a friend dies and their experience of their death is complete relief, and everybody around them who participated closely feels the same, that it was a release from what was certainly going to be no fun and get worse. And that this person had the incredible, strong practice that allowed her to take in the information about the situation and immediately just head for the hills. And within a week, boom, gone. I mean, that is strong practice. So yes, but we wouldn't say it's numbness. We would say that it's a new experience, because most people, when they go, we feel this incredible loss. And this wasn't like that. This was like, I'm out of here. I'm going now. Everything's done. Everything that needed to happen happened. I'm finished. The people who love me have said it's okay to go. That's all that I need. I'm gone. And so it was like that. And the fact that it happened so fast, it's just the power of a lifetime of practice. And it's also, we're going to tell you about we weren't there for the last moments. We were there shortly after. But the last moments were in practice in front of the altar. And there was a complete merging with ultimate reality. With the only concern being that the person left behind would understand that the leaving had to happen without them being present, because it wouldn't have been possible with them in the room. That was the only concern. And once that was received and taken care of, gone. So quite an amazing and unusual experience. And so usually when somebody goes, we feel the space that they used to occupy as sorrow. But this was so clean, that isn't there. And so what do we do when somebody dies differently? And we applauded. It was just a very spontaneous, oh my God, she did it. So, but it's really disconcerting because it doesn't feel like anything we've ever experienced before. So we're with you on that. And we're trying to fill in some of the gaps so that you have the same appreciation. It's like, oh
I
my
guess
God.
the emotion then would be celebration.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
You did good. She did
Yeah.
good.
Who knew this karma yogi, worked out so much karma, did,
Yeah.
and that, what we thought was maybe a certain kind of rigidity was actually, the strap that went around her in front of her altar all those years practicing.
Yep. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. And we're so glad you brought it up, because we knew we wanted to talk about it. We just didn't know how. So thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, we're in awe of our friend and what she accomplished in this life. And we have a lot of respect for the fact that you paid attention to your feelings and questioned exactly what and why, and why so different, because it's not obvious at all. And not particularly expected. And this goes to show, people can have very strong.
Your microphone is off.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. You hear me now? Oh, good. Thanks. So people can have a very, very strong practice and be completely unknown, even to the people around them that they share their lives with. Completely unwitnessed in a very real way, but have such a steady discipline and such a deep connection within themselves that no kind of recognition is is required, that just one foot in front of the other for a whole lifetime. And then, this beautiful at the end. How amazing. It throws into question everything we thought we knew about spirituality and recognition and, what's important to do. And I mean, it's really such a fantastic demonstration of the fact that, charisma is that. And that personal power, personal power at the time of death. That's amazing. Courage. So we just wanted to share that. And a moment of recognition for a job well done. Life well lived. How may we serve further? We love the questions this morning. It's been amazing. The heart of the matter. So we have a question for you. How does it feel to embrace and heal the maternal lineage in meditation?
Good. Feels good.
Yes, please speak.
Yes, I've been thinking a lot about the maternal lineage, today being Mother's Day, but also knowing, like your friend, when my mother died, our mother died, there was the same lack of grief strickenness. There wasn't grief. There was release and so much appreciation, and gratitude, so that the transition from having her in physical form and not having her in physical form was so easy. And I credit her with that a lot, too. Um, and then you brought in grandmother, and I also, her mother was a light to me also. So the maternal lineage, it comes down to me now, and there's been a disruption in the force uh, between me and my daughter that is starting to be easier, but has large obstacles in the way of flow. And because of that, there's a disruption in the lineage to the grandchildren, who we haven't really had contact with since they started becoming preteens. And now it's like two different worlds. They're into technology and have emotional problems and things that we wish we had been with them through this period, because we had such a wonderful time earlier with them in their lives. And also with our daughter in her life, it seems like that was just evolving in a wonderfully natural way. And then all of a sudden, there was this disruption, and there may be lots of factors to that. And the process for me was only positive, because I went from shock, dismay, to, okay, how do I stay in touch with love through this, even though it's very hurtful? Slandering on the internet, that kind of thing, Facebook, and things that I know are not true, but defensiveness was not going to work. Explanations didn't work. I just had to let it go and get to the love. She and I spent a lot of time at the Anasa temple, and I got to a place now where the way it is, I can love her in actual, when we're in each other's presence now for the first time in years. And but there seems to be a block, that something is not connected and may not be able to be connected with me, her, and her children. And I'm just going to keep on keeping on with the love, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure where this goes from here, but it feels
up
like a
to you.
break.
That part is not up to you. The only part that's up to you is to maintain the love. And the more you can let go of any attachment to any particular outcome, the more likely the outcome is to surprise you. So it's in your highest best interest to not attach any energy to outcome, but just to continue the love on a daily basis, to continue to cultivate that stream of love and openness to whatever is going to come your direction, and to just keep that going, because love heals all. And so it's important that you heal everything in you that wants to judge this situation and find anybody at fault. And that's a tall order.
Yeah, it is, but I see that that is the direction. Um, it's like cleaning out your closet. There's more stuff behind the stuff that you came upon first. Um, Little withholdings and judgments and blame. I mean, I blame her therapist, for example. It's hard for me to get over the fact that that's when the direction changed amazingly fast. And and the blame started coming on my husband and I for parenting. And I've taken a look at it. We were fine parents. I mean, as you say, nobody has a perfect parent, but we were dedicated to doing the best that we could. And so it was hard not to blame something else other than us. Uh, but I do see also that the creative energy in the universe, if I can get out of the way and make a clean path, a clean arena, that startlingly beautiful things could happen, and it could happen quickly. So I am allowing for that.
So we encourage you, we open the doorway to incorporating your entire lineage into your life. And so with the support of the love of the mother and the grandmother and the previous parts of the matriarchal lineage, which we all have regardless of our gender, you can heal backwards and forwards, we said, didn't we? So you can just heal forward. And again, no attachment to outcome, but you make the lineage available. And that lineage has power beyond your imagination. And it's just waiting to be empowered through you. And we offer without knowing in advance what the outcome will be. But we know that love cures all. We know that love conquers all. We know that love heals all. We've, been giving lip service to that our entire lives. We all know those phrases. But to really live it, especially when you can't exactly communicate on this plane, then you're living your devotion and your faith in love itself. But what else do we have? I mean, we don't have any other weapons. That's it. It's one thing. But it does everything. It does everything. And if we just can keep our intentions intact, even in the hardest situations, love is the answer. Even when somebody is trying to take everything that we have, love is the answer. It may mean that we are in the Inasa temple loving and loving and loving, and, we move to another continent because it's not safe here. Yeah, it could mean that. But we don't stop loving. And, we may have an intention that allows us to put a bubble around the other person, and the intention that anything that touches that bubble is transformed into love and sent back to them. We might protect a field like that, but we always, always, always are projecting love. We just get very creative about how we use it.
we will be seeing her today. And so, and maybe the grandchildren. And I feel forearmed with love.
Yes,
Because at this point it's been very limited, chit chat conversations and that sort of thing, and not feeling like it's very intimate or connected. And that's on the outside, but on the inside, I'm seeing that there's more love to be felt. And so I'm kind of looking forward to it now.
yes. And, you can gift the mother in her as well. I'm sure you're prepared to do that already.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mm. Hmm. How may we serve further?
I just, excuse me, I just wanted to say that that process of bringing in our lineage was so beautiful and powerful for me. I never knew my mother, and this is the first opportunity or even idea that I have ever had to bring her into the white light, to bring her blessings, to wish her the highest and best. I know she had a very difficult life, and I just thank you for that opportunity. It's so meaningful for me. Thank you.
You're so welcome. We feel the same way. We so often find reasons, and we're not talking about you in particular, we're talking about everybody. We all have this. We find reasons to reject ourselves because of our perceived lack in those who brought us into this world. And for some reason, I was reflecting this morning on my father, who, when I went to look at his astrological chart, I discovered that his parents were married 10 days before he was born. And I had never known this, and nobody really noticed it in my family, looking at the date of the marriage and the date of his birth, until I saw it. I was like, oh my goodness, how interesting. And then I thought about how in myself, there has always been this feeling of illegitimacy that I could not account for, or, I had no place for it. It's like, what is that about? Why do I feel that about myself? And suddenly, when I saw those dates, I was like, oh my God, that's where that feeling came from. And so when we ask everything that's not ours to leave, and something like that stays, it's very, very interesting to have it uncovered, later in life, that there's a whole story behind that was not known. and still isn't known, but the dates are telling of something. So we just wanted to share that because it's never too late to love. It goes backwards and forwards and inside and outside and around, and love is powerful. It's powerful, and it heals everything. And when that's healed, we become free. And we contain the love that we're waiting for to heal these things. We are that. We don't need anybody to tap us on the head and say we're okay or we're worthy. Nobody's worthy and everybody's worthy. Our divinity is our birthright in this life, and it's time for us to claim it and learn how to use love, to love more, to be that. So on that note, let's meditate for a few minutes. We have so much enjoyed being with you today. So much gratitude. Okay, let's sit for a few minutes, and however you want. And we'll either have eyes open or closed, depending on what seems to be needed. May all beings be free. May all beings know love. Thank you so much for being here. Till next time.